Hi there, it's Adam bringing you another video to the channel. We are doing another unboxing video. Obviously, I want to try and do these, whenever I have time, really. Like I said, just to kind of keep the channel ticking over, and as a gesture to kind of showcase a little bit more of my collection, in certainly 1/200 scale, in terms of these unboxings. Not saying I won't be doing any unboxings in 1/400 scale, but I think probably for the most part, a lot of models you guys are probably familiar with, especially if you collect European models, from UK or Europe. But of course, I do have models that maybe other people don't collect across the world. So there might be the odd thing that I pick out and showcase in 1/400 scale as well. But I think the main focus will be 1/200. We've already showed on the channel 2 unboxing videos, 2 NG models, Southwest Airlines 737-400s. I believe more of them will follow, because NG do have more Southwest on the way. And yeah, I'll probably do some videos on them. Again, certainly if we can showcase a few more of the Canyon Blue liveries and things like that. I think, maybe one day I might look into other things as well. Maybe like collection videos based per airline, maybe something like that. But for now, I think I'm just going to pick out sort of random models that I think are going to be kind of interest. But also of interest for myself as well, because I want to show, I kind of want to, kind of sort of relate to you guys in a way that, I'm showcasing what my interests are and what I collect and things like that. So obviously in this video, as you can see, I've already got the model displayed out with the box and the sleeve. This is a Inflight200 British Airways 747-400. This is currently one of 2 that I have. I also have registration Golf Charlie India Victor Oscar, which I can also showcase if you guys are interested in that. Registration of this one, of course, though, is Golf Charlie India Victor Zulu, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't have any idea about when British Airways 747s got their 747s delivered per registration. So luckily, on this particular illustration on this sleeve for the box, we have the details that it was the 50th 747-400 delivered in November 1998. You do see these on eBay. It's probably, again, quite high pricing more often than not, depending how much you think it's worth and things like that. But yeah, you do see them about. But I mean, I've had this probably certainly say at least over a year, maybe a year or 2, and yeah, I won't say I paid over the odds, but I'd say in this day and age a reasonable amount for this particular model. Like I said, I've had it a number of years now, I'd probably say. Again, the sleeve itself, obviously separate to the main box, which will kind of take up another little while. Showcase that as well. On this side, again, just highlighting that's 50th. You've got all the 1/200 scale 747-400F, the reference number for Inflight200, obviously their website as well. And then on the flip side, a little bit kind of more bland looking on the back side, but it just shows you again, obviously, their kind of signature logo, Inflight200. Of course, the general details in different languages, advising, not ideal for children. Certainly you've got to be at least 14 or over to be collecting. The sides are pretty much just bland. The box does probably have some wear. Again, quite an older release compared to some, but gives you the idea of kind of details that you know, obviously that Inflight200 have achieved over the years. So as you can see, once again, that is the sleeve. I'm just going to pop them down on the board because I imagine this is going to take up quite a bit of space doing this. So we will try and get this position essentially. I am filming from a sort of broader view, so it's a little bit more difficult than what the Southwest 737s were like. Of course, these are more so in styrofoam, as you can see. You have the plastic sheet coverings you tend to get with most models. Then also we have the actual model itself in the actual box. One good thing I will point out as well about the styrofoam is it does actually come with these sort of little tabs, and then you've got these little cut out pieces on the other side, and also illustrates top here, so pretty much gives you a nice indication as to which way it goes, because otherwise, generally speaking, you're probably looking at that thinking, well, I think generally speaking you probably have an idea. And again, you do have 1-200 printed inside the styrofoam as well, and 747, so you know that it's for that model, or aircraft type should I say. This doesn't come with a stand. I did notice there is a spare gear here as well. Not sure if that's just complimentary for the one I bought, or if that's included across the board. I'm not sure, but welcome. Like I said, no stand, so it's a little bit different in that aspect compared to most of the other models that we have, and does come with fixed gear as well. So we'll just move the box out of the way, try and get that. So I mean, to be fair, on the screen it looks a bit smaller than what it kind of is in person, if I'm honest with you. But what I'm going to do is just kind of transition to show you a little bit more kind of depth as well into the actual model. I'll be honest, I've never really been into British Airways as much as some people might be in the UK. Being from the north, we don't tend to see British Airways wide bodies up here compared to like the narrow body stuff, certainly up in Manchester, for example. I think most recently I've taken quite a significant interest in British Airways 747s, and I will be looking to get some in 1/400 scale as well. Ironically enough, I've actually seen quite a few listed on eBay recently, different registrations. The pricings are a little bit high for me, if I'm honest. Like, they're not sort of models I want to be rushing at. Probably will look around, see what's available, but over time, yeah, I do hope maybe to get the I do hope to continue to get British Airways 747s, maybe other aircraft as well. I want to focus mostly on British Airways 747s and British Airways 777-200s. That's not to say I won't be focusing on like 300 ERs or maybe even A350s down the line, but there's a certain criteria I want to focus on to begin with. Certainly the time that British Airways and Virgin Atlantic 747s were quite dominant as well, so that will be something down the line. I do also have Virgin Atlantic 747s from different periods in 1/200 scale. I did used to have them in 1/400, but I sold them for whatever reason I needed to, and obviously it's one of them things that you kind of regret doing, and then you kind of want to look for them again. But I think over time there's no reason why I won't be able to get them. What I kind of want to do in this video as well is kind of do like a bit of a different kind of thing with the actual video itself. So I'm going to take the camera off of the stand and try and do like a bit of a kind of walk around of the model. Probably try and position the model a little bit more centrally on the table, and just kind of do a bit of a walk around for you guys. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of do a sort of 360-degree sort of POV around this model. As you can see, just giving you a perspective of all the kind of finer details of the model. And the wingtips there. Try and get a view of the engines there as well. And as you can see to the back here, we have the registration. Obviously the iconic tail. Now obviously some people might disagree and say some of the older tails or liveries of British Airways were more iconic. Of course this is more my time period, and in some ways I do have a kind of special connection with British Airways 747 in the fact that my sister actually was fortunate, just a little bit of styrofoam there, was fortunate enough to fly on one of the Dreamflight flights. Unfortunately, she has a rare blood disorder, and she was chosen to fly on one of them. I think it was back in 2004, I believe. So it's quite some time ago. I believe they are still going as well. I'm not sure what aircraft they use now. The 747s are no longer flying. Maybe somebody can actually educate me on that as well, because that'd be cool to know, to kind of understand, you know. I know they probably don't, I don't know if they still do the special titles, if they still do the actual flights themselves, I'm not sure. For all I know, it might even change airlines, I'm not sure. But yeah, again, my sister was fortunate to go on one of them, and that's why I do have the 1400 Big Bird 400 Dreamflight 747-400 as well. Sorry about that, I'm just trying to get off the styrofoam there. But yeah, again, just gives you a nice perspective of the model overall. Kind of nice perspective all around, basically. I might even consider doing this for more models, maybe like a bit of a POV walk around to give you all sides. I'll be honest, sometimes I don't really like handling these too much because I don't want to have the possibility of accidentally sort of dropping the model, which I would never intend to do, but you never know. I'm just going to pick up the model and just show you the gear as well. Inflight200 there, printed nose gear. Again, these are fixed gears, you can't take them off, they're not magnetic, which I don't mind. You know, you get that sometimes, things like that. But again, gives you a nice presentation of the actual model. And yeah, I do have, like I said, another one, Golf Charlie India Victor Oscar, which I may also consider doing a POV of. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Hopefully you enjoyed the 360 sort of walk around, apart from me plucking off all these kind of styrofoam on the model itself. There's just actually a little bit more there, which can be annoying, but you know what, it's part of the fun. And yeah, obviously that's part of the packaging. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Again, if there's any particular model you think I might have in my collection, you want to see a similar video, let me know. And once again, thanks for watching.